Good morning, everybody. Hey, now is a video from home. I just wanted to talk to you some of the observations that I made on my trip. And my first video is going to be about how I believe our world has changed and our understanding of America has changed. And then tomorrow, a day after tomorrow, I'm going to talk about some technical difficulties when you take a trip like that. It's more for the people who are interested in venturing out as well, and some details. So, as you know, I'm very interested, cheers, morning coffee, uh, in the American experience and who we are and how we have arrived at this point. And at this point, I've got to make a quick plug. I want to thank all my sponsors, uh, Enchanted Sun Realty, Nemora Farmers Insurance, Horse Boarding Motel, Las Cruces, and so many others as well. Those who have bought a t-shirt from me and are still buying a t-shirt, and those who have donated toward this project, which are hopefully the film I will stream on one of the streaming services. So this is the end of my first trip here now. And I did several interviews, which are just brief clips posted from time to time on Facebook. And I have to tell you, most people I have spoken to, they are very interested in telling their story or giving their opinion about America. But then I recognized that the story they have to tell goes much deeper. A lot of times when I turned the mic off and the film was not rolling, their story actually went on for a long time, and they really shared with me some heartbreaking stories. I think we have become in America used to living in two worlds. One of the world is the social constructed uh, world, which is governed by Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snap, and all these worlds there. And then there is the real world. So the real world meaning we are who we are, and we're supposed to live as we're meant to be. So there's these two worlds which are really separate from each other. And as I said, one is social media constructed, or as a whole, as a media constructed. And the very simplest way you can identify that is how many pictures of self-portraits or selfies are filtered. This is like crazy. I mean, this is a big gap from who we are and who we are meant to be. Uh, you filter a picture to make yourself look better. No, but deep inside, you know that others know what you look like. We seek attention in situations that we post on Facebook. I think these situations are situations what we deeply long for, but are not the reality of most of our lives. And they're gauged by all these influencers and the media who tell us what life could be or should be. And if you reach that plateau, then you have arrived as a human being. And to put it in common words, it's like a fashion model. I mean, fashion models supposed to be skinny. And so make yourself skinny. Photoshop does it as well. I've noticed that in my interviews, most people, now I may be dead wrong with this, are very lonely people. And we have become, as a society, embarrassed to talk about our failure. And somehow that sits in us deeply. And I really recognized, once again, as I said before, that this perfect picture created by the media as a whole, it's not only social media, it's the media as well, is this created world which we can't uh, reach, and we become very lonely people. Now, the reason I know this is because I have met tons of people on my journey who have literally clinked out of all age categories and income categories because they were not able to deal with that life, the artificial life, anymore. They literally bought an RV. It didn't matter if it was $500 or $180,000. They clinked out of life. They literally said, that's it. I am done. They live, some of them live a very minimalistic way. Some work professionally in their RV, but they refuse to be part of this, our world anymore. I think this brings great disorientation to all of us in the way of mental health, of understanding each other or trying to understand each other, give empathy to other people where if somebody would really say something on Facebook which should touch us, we just press like or care or whatever, but the true meaning, the interaction between us human beings is not there anymore. I think that spills out in many, many other ways that may be politically, in anger, frustration, and in most cases, as we have seen specifically in the past elections, we don't vote for somebody, we vote against somebody, and values that used to be dear to us, at least for the vast majority of the people, are not dear to us anymore. Promises are not kept, and so forth. I believe that in talking to people, and you can prove me wrong, and please post something how you feel about this, that the guidance of these media empires, and it doesn't matter if it's NBC, CBS, CNN, NBC, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these huge conglomerates of media, they created a powerhouse over us and guide us in a direction where very few of us are politically, sociologically, and economically work for our advantage, or we feel empowered by that. They make us feel we are empowered, but the fact is we are not. They are not guiding us in a way we are truly meant to be. And besides that fact, it creates a huge cliff between the have and the have not. What happens with their guidance is they have the power to tell us what is right and what is wrong in this world, rather than that we talk about this. I know this is all, I'm not a psychoanalyst, and I'm not a sociologist, I'm not a philosopher, I'm nothing. These are just experiences I have made, and maybe it's my age, maybe it's the people I met along, and we are good people. I'm not degrading who we are or anything. I am just really worried that we have moved as society in these two different worlds, in this artificial world and in this world where we are, who, like I said before, who we are meant to be, and we suffer extremely because we can't live that out of this media powerhouse. I don't know how to change that. I'd be interested in your opinion. I love you guys, and leave your comment here. Subscribe to my newsletter. I will post blogs in the upcoming days. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Long video. And have a great week. Bye.